Hello and welcome to Onesies, a podcast of one season wonders and blunders. My name's Andrew,
My name is Emily.
and we are discussing the 2001 CW situational comedy Raising Dad, starring Bob Saget, Kat Dennings, Academy Award winner Brie Larson, Academy Award winner in our hearts Andy Kindler, Jerry Adler, and Ben Indra, who does not appear in the first episode that has his name in the opening credits without Megan Goods because she's not going to be back. Also, Olivia's name did not make the credits, meaning they had one slot for the teenage friend.
Mm-hmm.
Megan Good was the first one to sign on. He was the second one to sign on. Who the dummy is probably the third one. Then maybe it'd be Olivia, but really we know it'd be Jared.
Yeah.
Because Jared is in both episodes. And
Jared is in both episodes, played by Riley Smith. Sorry.
Does that, I mean, I know you think he's hot, but do we need to know who he is?
I don't think it's important.
Okay, because the rapper, the white rapper was the other one,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's still alive and kicking, but, you know.
Is he in Christian movies yet?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Okay. If it doesn't say faith.
Also in this episode, which is entitled something family
Attending a
dysfunction,
family dysfunction.
is guest star Deanna Carter, country music singer, I guess.
Country music singer, and in the mid to late 90s, occasional TV actress.
Oh.
She had a hit with, we talked about it before the show. What the hell is it called?
Did I shave my legs for this?
Did I shave my legs for this?
Is that the title of it?
That is the title of the song.
All right.
And then I read the Wikipedia just because I was confused if she actually like acted or not. None of her acting is like mentioned on her Hollywood foray is not mentioned on her Wikipedia page.
You know, I'm not surprised because when she came on the screen, it seemed like this is somebody who's not normally an actor acting.
Oh,
It just,
that's so nice. I thought you were going to say it seemed like all of the life from this mid-league sitcom actually deflated to the point that you just want her to stop speaking and you just want it to be over. And it goes on forever.
well, I'm nice and
Okay.
real women support women. So
Kat Dennings, so good. Who knew?
so much better. So much better
good.
than we thought she was going to be.
Jerry Adler. If
It made a total character turn in this.
so, well, okay. How sporadic are we going to be with this one? So it opens with everybody wrapping up for Grandpa's birthday. I think Kat Dennings says what she got him, or she's like, I got him a surprise. They give Grandpa presents, and it's very weird. Like, It doesn't seem right anyway. It seems like if you celebrated a birthday that way, you would be upset at everybody. And it doesn't really fit the perception of this, like, close-knit family unit, right? Like,
right.
Then,
so the only indication of that is that Bob Saget said, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't find this chess set."
Yes, was it like the Red Sox chess set?
I don't know, some baseball themed chess set. And he's like, I looked everywhere, I couldn't find it. So again, there's a moment of like, I recognize that this is something that you wanted, and I'm sorry I couldn't find it for you. Back in the day when you couldn't just go on eBay and buy literally anything you wanted.
Guess what, Emily? Guess what year that was? That was the year 2002 when this episode aired. And
Could you
yes, you
go on
fucking could.
eBay?
Yes, I can show you the credit card statements. Yes, you could.
Why do you still
Uh,
have credit card statements from 2002, weirdo?
I could get them, couldn't I? It's the fucking, I mean,
I
I don't know.
guess.
You email Mr. Emily at x.doge.onesies.pod. Don't do that. That's not set up yet. Emily
Uh,
is not we actually will not do a bit about Mr. Emily being a Tesla boy because I wouldn't do a
I
podcast
sent
with her
you
if she was.
I sent you a picture of my husband flipping off a Cybertruck. So,
Okay, I thought that was impressive because okay, nah, I don't I had a pseudo ageist joke, but it was too much thought to not actually make it ageist. Um, okay, so we have the episode
there's
description says what's about to happen.
yeah. So but also there's a little bit of a homophobic scene where Jerry Adler just gets has comes down the stairs after having gotten a massage from a male masseuse.
Oh, that's right.
Um, and that I think was Bob Saget's actual gift to him was a massage. And then he opens a gift from Emily. I forget what Emily gets him.
Nothing good. It's like
Nothing
really
good.
unimpressive. It maybe it's not even baseball tickets, is it? Like
I don't remember. And
it's
then
like, oh God, it's an In Sync CD. This is the episode where they talk about Justin Timberlake multiple
twice.
times.
Yeah.
And did you check each tattoo that's visible off when they mentioned his name, Emily?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, and Kat Dennings is like, "Ooh, I'm so excited. My present will be here any minute." And not quite like telegraphing that uh there's a ding dong a few minutes later, like or pretty quickly thereafter. It's not immediate, like a joke. Um, and she runs to answer the door, and it is her aunt, whose name I
Debbie.
forget, Debbie. She's played by Deanna Carter, a very lovely blonde woman with a slight Southern twang, which confused me, but they explain.
Slight. I forget that you
Lived in
in
the
one of
South?
your lives lived in the South.
Yeah,
Okay, yes. Slight in that, in terms of being a grating Southern TV character, it's about a 13. Like, it's a lot. Okay? Like, it's like a fucking, I don't know, somebody who's really working hard on the Apple Dumpling Gang rides again or something, right? Like, they're just like, I'm gonna fucking do this. It's a lot. And it doesn't help. Is she taller than Brie Larson?
yeah, she is.
Considerably taller than Brie Larson?
Not considerably taller, no.
No. So she then has all these scenes with Bob Saget, and they're all awkward
Yeah,
because he can't hold up a scene and he doesn't have anyone helping him like he does sometimes in this show.
yeah.
You know what he actually would have been fine for is you can't do that on television.
Oh, yeah,
Like I'm thinking about like the next episode where he comes in and he has a bit with Kindler.
yeah,
Like he could do that. Like that
yeah.
would be fine because he's Canadian, just like many of the men you like that just pretend to be born in the United States. Canada Joe. Okay, so hey,
He's from Pittsburgh.
it's
Come
the
on.
nicest thing I've ever said about Bob Saget. Like, come on. I know he's not Canadian. I've heard of his stand up. Okay. Like, the fucking creepy American. All right. So, um, but basically, yes. So you have these two siblings who ostensibly have a very complicated but present relationship. Because this is the thing. We find out, because we talked last time, either on show or off, about how they've mentioned a sister before, but we couldn't remember if it had been Debbie, and Emily wasn't willing to get out her show journal that she
My show
keeps,
Bible that I
her
keep.
show Bible that you keep, where
Yeah.
you write all about Bob Saget and what a good actor he is. Uh,
Look for raisingdad.wiki.onesies.com. I made a wiki.
I don't know if our hosting plan has enough room for all your notes.
Okay.
About dissecting Robert Saget's acting. Um, but
So
we
it's pretty immediately clear that Grandpa is not happy to see her. He is very dismissive of her gift. I think he just like tosses it on the couch, doesn't even open it. Um, and everybody else in the room is surprised by this.
Everybody else in the room is surprised by this. But when we cut to commercial and come back, moments later in the kitchen, as they are lighting 80 or whatever candles on a cake, which is a weird bit for
It's a weird bit that
2002.
goes unnoticed. Like
Yeah,
they nobody comments on it at all.
again, they are supposed to be this great family, yet they have birthdays like sociopaths. Um, so, or like the family in the Burbs. So, um, but then Bob Saget's yelling at Kat Dennings about how she fucked up the birthday because you know your
Yeah.
grandfather hates your aunt. And she's like, yeah, Dad, but it's stupid. Like, why does he hate her? And he's like, he doesn't agree with the choices she's made. And I'm like, they're gay coded. Nope. He doesn't like her choice of job and lack of babies. She has not made babies. Her dad sucks. All of this shit that we've seen him dote on Brie Larson and encourage her. We have had episodes, not as many lately, where he's like, you, Bob Saget, need to remember your daughter, Kat Dennings, is a human being of her own
Yeah.
and not your toy, and you need to let her make her own choices.
Yeah.
Apparently, none of that comes through.
You know,
And
I also don't like country music. So, I
her
don't know that
accent
I don't know that I'd
is
go so
annoying.
far as to disown or disapprove of my child, but I don't have kids, so I'm not a good judge of what I would and would not do.
So, because it's not like she's good,
Yeah.
so it's not like she's a great guitarist. It's not like she does anything interesting. There's nothing you can appreciate about her craft. So I mean it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's this, it will just be a shitty episode for Grandpa the whole time. It's like they were like, you know, Bob Saget really comes off like a piece of shit, and Grandpa usually comes off all right. We need to establish that Bob Saget did get this from somewhere. And it's like, okay, so he gets it from Grandpa, who is raising it's never addressed. He's
Yeah.
raising granddaughters now
Yeah.
as another parent, definite guardian, right? Definite caregiver. And his previous experience of that is a complete failure
Yeah.
because his kid turned out obnoxious. I am not a parent. I don't know what you would do in this situation, though you do always make friends as an adult, and then you meet their kids and you're like, that must suck.
Yeah.
So, anyway, maybe it's just that they affect a really obnoxious country accent and want to live in an RV and camp all the time because we don't ever get any. This is still Raising Dad. And despite Deanna Carter guest starring to be a female cog in the mechanism of a man's character development, oh, maybe it is because of that. We have no idea. Like, she has no, we know she has a house in Nashville.
Yes.
We know, and she camps out in her RV.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be bigger than the house, according to Bob Saget. It's
Mm.
bigger than the house on a CW budget. You can't cheap on your RV on TV because people have been doing it not cheaping on it since probably 1951, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a thing. You This is an established like trope of popular entertainment. Maybe it's not
Yeah.
as much anymore, but it was when this was made. And they are sitting in a shitty camper set out of like a Nickelodeon pilot
Yeah.
eventually, because we're going to have this really awkwardly paced episode where we resolve birthday night by everybody leaving the house except Grandpa, who's going to be alone on his birthday because Kat Dennings ruined it because because his daughter sucks.
Yeah.
There's no like, she didn't do anything. There will be a while where it could seem like he was disappointed in her for something, the
Yeah.
way she lives her life. Maybe she's married to someone he doesn't approve of. Something, right?
Right.
It's like Jerry Adler was like, I'm not fucking doing, I don't care if she's married to a black guy. I don't care if she's gay. And they're like, it's got to be something. He's like, fuck you. I'm not doing any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like 9/11, United We Stand, which is on the fridge or in the school at one point, right? Like, he's like, I'm not doing that. And they're like, well, then we're just going to have you be a piece of shit. And he's like, well, fucking fine. I'm not going to bring anything to the performance whatsoever.
That's the thing. He's just like shut down. It's like they flipped off the personality switch. Just nothing.
It's like,
Except hi. It's just like a robot. It's Jerry Adler bot. It's so weird.
pod people. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Because, like, he will have a showdown scene with Bob Saget, maybe two. He will have one with Deanna Carter. There's nothing. Zilch. Zippo. Nada. Like, he's not willing to do a fucking thing.
No.
He's not willing to do a Mentos commercial's worth of work on this episode. It's incredible. I'm shocked. He's like, I'm standing. I'm gonna fucking stand. Or like, it actually. We did not talk about this. This is two independent observations that
Yeah.
he comes off hostile to being, and I get it. It's a shitty part for him today.
It's a
Like,
shitty episode. Yeah.
yeah. Um. So
And he doesn't really have a plot with the girls. A
no.
little bit of a back and forth with Kat Dennings, but he works well with Bob Saget. He kind of brings everything to the table, but they sort of riff off of each other. He's really great with Brie Larson. The better Kat Dennings gets, the better their sort of
Yeah.
relationship is. All he does is snipe at her for ruining his birthday, which is like, what fucking guilt to put on a 15, 16-year-old girl. That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Right. And then it's like, that's not apparently what he did to the fucking daughter either. Apparently, he was like a super great dad until, do they say she wasted her college education? I assume they do. But like,
No, remember there's a whole thing where Bob
oh, he,
Saget gets on his case because you were never around, you were always traveling for
oh,
work. Remember the sort of resolution is you don't like her because she's too much like you were.
that's the resolution, but that's like, mm, yeah, it's weird because we don't have a good insight into what kind of a dad Jerry Adler is supposed to have been, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. I concede. Okay, so the kids and Auntie end up at the
The
cafe,
peach pit,
the
whatever.
peach, I'm sorry, rewind and dine or something. It's like video themed or something, but in 2002.
Ah,
Oh no, it's book themed. I think it's book themed. Anyway, it's the new hangout. It's
yeah.
the we're not paying for Megan Good anymore hangout.
We've got a third place now. Yeah.
Yes. Um, and the aunt is there. Do the boys, and we don't have Ben in Indira or Indra, who is now in the opening titles. We don't have him. We have Jared and Dummy
Evan.
and
He has a name. Evan. Evan.
Evan. Sorry, he's Dummy on the call sheet. Deep cut to another show that isn't ours. Enjoy, listeners. Wait, then so they're making inappropriate comments to the aunt who is encouraging them. Then she promises she'll play the cafe the next time she's in town. Kat Dennings is like she's the coolest aunt ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so cool. This is so cool, cool, cool. Get home. Does she and Grandpa immediately have a fight and she like leaves to go sleep in
Yeah,
the camper?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So, and it's just like for
It's actually Bob Saget and Dad. I'm sorry. It's Bob
is it
Saget and Dad have it out.
but when does and then what's her then the sister leaves early in the morning to make it to her gig in Maine. So I think we have a scene at school with Emily and her friends, but only the friends we've already seen. Is that
Yeah.
accurate? Okay.
Yeah.
And she has a plan to fix everything now. And the plan is she's going to go up to Maine and um, talk to her aunt and convince her aunt to mend things with Grandpa.
Yes.
Even though
I think we kind of established that the cute boy,
Jared,
Jared, thank you. I couldn't think of his name. That he's the only one who has a car. We've established that in previous episodes.
yes, though,
So when she's talking to her friends, I think he's the one, like, he's the reason why she can make that plan.
okay. And then he will show up to get her after Bob Saget agrees to go, being like, this is a very mature thing you're doing, going and trying to pressure your aunt into acquiescing in whatever way, into prostrating herself in front of her father for him to be polite to her.
Yeah.
Hashtag feminism. Um, so yeah, so Jared's gonna take her up, and then Aunt is gonna take her down, and so we
There's a
then
nice scene where they're in the RV.
the
Um,
biggest camper in the world, the cheap RV.
yeah,
Nice scene. Okay.
it's a nice
This
scene.
was it was the absolute like it's the CW, but they let her do more than one take of that shot. So they're in the camper. Yes, they're well, it's a nice scene, even if it's like absurd. Like, because Kat Dennings is like, wow, your life as a honky tonk woman of the road is so cool. I only wish I could live such an exciting life someday in the year 2002. And it's like, it sure, I want to do the accent. It sure is great, Lisa.
Andrew, don't
Sorry.
be regionalist. Jesus.
But okay, so yes, you remove that. Yes, fine. It's this nice womanly,
We
we
never
have
get to
women
see her
talking.
interact
Act
with
with a
an
woman.
adult woman.
That is true. Okay. I see where Emily's at. I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Believe women.
Okay, then let's get to what was the thing? Was it what what makes her uncomfortable? Oh, one night stands. So they're talking about the songs
Hmm.
and well, this one's about one night stands and Kat Dennings goes, "Have you ever had a one night stand, Aunt Debbie?" And Aunt Debbie in literally just has to say, "Well, let's go to bed." Well, time for bed. Well, look at the time. Somehow manages to do, well, it sure is late. Let's go to bed.
Yeah. It's so easy to make that funny.
I don't know what happened.
Like you said, it could be like Mentos commercial, like what? You know, like
You know who
really over the top.
who does better than that? Sex pest and fascist Tim Allen
Mm,
does better than he understands timing better than that. That's worse than Home Improvement, which was a bad sitcom.
yeah.
Like, well, Patricia Richardson FTW, like that woman was a saint,
Yeah.
though hopefully not complicit in anything. Okay, so but we get that, but she's still not going to see Gramps or
Mm-mm.
Daddy. We cut to them back in the house the next day. Like, it goes on for fucking ever because we are in the time warp of basically every fucking show we watch on seven on here. They get home from Maine. It's then nighttime when Grandpa
Hmm.
unwraps his package or his box, his present, which is not the night after the kid ran away and not birthday night. So it's 2 nights later. He finally opens it. It's the chess set. Oh, right. This comes after the scene where Kat Dennings tells him that Deanna Carter, Aunt Debbie, had a lot of fun and still actually does love baseball and does
Yeah.
appreciate all the baseball shit that
Yeah.
they did together.
Yeah.
And that, like, she just sounds like a person who doesn't like the same kind of baseball he does. Like, it honestly could be like maybe Jerry Adler was like, no, this is the one I wanted to do. It's about how he hates her fucking accent. And they're like, we're not doing that. And he's like, fuck you. It's about how he hates her fucking accent. We're not doing it. And he's like, I'm not doing a fucking thing then. That fucking accent. You have this woman. It's like you hear about how, like, well, no, that's wrong. I was like, you hear about Peter, speaking of old sitcoms, Peter Boyle and
Mm.
Patricia Heaton would mix it up. They weren't doing that. She was like, ha, we killed 1,000 fucking Iraqis this week. Fuck you, Peter Boyle. Ha, you're going to go to hell too. Everybody loves Raymond. I haven't seen the show in a
Okay.
while. Okay, we're off track.
Okay.
All right, here's what happens with the rest of the. This is a different recording time, folks. I'm not really sure. This is what happens when we don't have anything to do for a second. Um, okay, so Emily's like, how am I gonna edit this?
Very carefully.
Um, so Grandpa goes out, they reconcile. She's already agreed to play the club because she said she'd do it the next time she was in town, meaning the
Mm.
next night.
The next
Um,
night, apparently. Weird.
and so she plays the club. Grandpa shows up. She sings him a song. I don't know what she sings him because I fast forwarded through it.
It was bad. It was something about loving your daddy. Like, yeah. Wasn't quite butterfly kisses bad, but pretty darn close. Um,
I don't know that
and
reference.
um,
I'm not
and
looking it up.
it was a big country hit in the 1990s. Like I think it was a crossover because I didn't listen to country stations and I heard it all the time. Anyway, um, and that's that episode, right?
That's it.
There's
Yeah. It fades out on the most complicated tracking shot the show has ever attempted in a
yeah,
club. They were like, we're going to be able to walk back out through the door if you let us build this fucking club set.
yeah.
The ratings are going to triple once we've got the peach pig. Okay. Next episode is miscommunication.
Miscommunication.
Spelled miss, miss communication. And it is about Sarah getting fired from her job that Bob Saget forced her to get so she can get a cell phone because he won't pay for it. And they need 2 phones in the house now. And Grandpa has gotten a new PDA pin in that for solving maybe the problem later. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
But it is a very, I think this is actually the episode with the 9/11 poster in the background.
Mm,
It's a vast improvement over the previous episode without actually having any standout shit to it. Like,
yeah. I mean, just the last one was such trash.
yeah. So the miscommunicate, we get a lot of the Liz, the assistant principal,
Hmm.
because we also get the attendance room set. Like,
Another new set. I know.
holy shit.
It's
They're just
wild.
pouring the money into this one.
Yeah.
We are in the back nine. So they were like, you fucking paid for this. I didn't think about it. Yeah, we are. This is the back nine. Okay. So but Sarah's going to get a job. Jared hooks her up with a job at the bowling alley
Roller rink
roller rink, but Bob Saget doesn't want her working there.
for some reason.
It's on the wrong side of town.
Mm,
The hours are bad. And this episode, like last episode, I think they made Bob Saget like made an extra car joke with Jared. In this episode, we're
yeah.
going to reinforce that Jared is an ex-con. He is a teen with troubles, and so he is not trustworthy as far as Bob Saget is concerned, as far as Josh is concerned.
There's also a joke in here where she's looking through the newspaper and she's reading job ads out loud about her potentially becoming a stripper.
Which does wait, yes, and wait, that's where she's talking to her dad and her grandfather about that, and Bob Saget's the joke in this show from 2002, written by Jonathan Katz and Bill Broadus, is get the number for your sister too, meaning Brie Larson, who's playing a 10-year-old.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
We then get our bit with Kindler, which is interrupted by Liz coming in and Bob Saget getting his kid a job with in the
Attendance
office.
office. Yeah.
We will then discover that Olivia is back.
Mm-hmm.
She just wasn't in line to get that spot in the opening titles. Like, you got one spot for a teenage friend, and she's not gonna make it. It's Ben Indra's turn, Indira, whatever. But this is where she's talking about getting a job. She talks about it and not like how she can't find anything. Jared shows up out of the blues, like, I'll get you a job at the roller rink. Bob Saget has left it with Liz that somebody's gonna talk to her about the job.
Yeah.
Like, it's on Liz, the assistant principal of the school, to reach out to Saget's kid to offer her the job that the
Yeah.
kid doesn't know is coming.
But also, it doesn't seem like an offer. It seems like you work in the attendance office now.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like she has a choice. And I don't remember whether or not that is her, the pressure from her dad, right? Like, oh, he did this for me, I have to do this. Or if it's just assumed. I don't know. It was very weird.
Yeah, there's no like quid pro quo to it. It's not like I'm adding you to my cell plan if you
Yeah.
work in the attendance office or something. It's I don't want you working at the roller rink with Jared. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
The subplot for Brie Larson and Grandpa is the PDA,
Hmm.
which has Grandpa scheduling his life too much to hang out with Brie Larson. We then get a very quick sequence. Oh, this is where we have United We Stand, and we have Kat Dennings and Jared both wearing camo because
Hmm.
what are they signaling?
I don't know what you're talking about. The war?
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I am. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Anyway, back to the
Anyway, I'm
episode, weirdo.
sorry, okay? Like, it's a bit much. Anyway, we then cut to the school where Emily's working in the office.
Sarah.
Sarah is working in the office. Her friends, not Jared, come in, make fun of her, but they're like cool enough with it. They're just like, what's up? It's so weird seeing you here.
Yeah.
And Kat Dennings is like, working sucks, man. My dad should have let me work at the roller rink, bro. And then,
Whatever. You would get out of class. Like,
yeah, I
I don't
don't
know.
so, and like the job is like paper cutting or something. Like
Yeah.
she's like filing cards. Jared comes in after a dissolve later, but she's wearing the same outfit. So same day. And is like, hey, give me an excused absence. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And he's like, you owe me. Get me an excused absence. And she's like, you're right. I'll get you an excused absence. Gives
Boo.
him an excused absence. He goes out into the hall, gets caught immediately, comes in. Liz has got him, pulling him in by the ear, and
She
Sarah's
gets in
fired.
trouble. Um, there's also like a conversation about how she doesn't want the job, and it stirs up something unresolved in Liz about how her dad wanted her to do some dumb job that she didn't want to
Wouldn't let her
do.
work at the record store. She had to work at his
Yeah.
company.
Yeah. So,
It's
mm,
written for Paget Brewster, perhaps, but not.
I don't know.
It.
It seemed like I said, it seemed juvenile. It just seems
I
like
don't
you're
think
an
they know.
adult with
They
a
don't know how
career
to.
now.
They don't know how to write the women talking to each other.
Yeah, you're
Is all it
whatever.
is.
And they come to an understanding that while she did get in trouble and it was a fireable offense, they would both just tell Mr. Stewart that it was a mutual decision.
That wasn't working out.
It wasn't working out and it was mutual. Um,
So very quickly, Bob Saget's going to find out, and we go home. Is it over that night? It is.
I think so.
We go home, and no, it isn't over. Well, it's unclear because we get another dissolve, and it's to Kindler and Liz in the office in the break room. And so it is, there's a whole night left over. Just love the plotting of these shows we watch. So, rapid fire sequence of events, folks. Kat Dennings comes home, tells Saget it didn't work out, says it was a mutual thing with Liz. Saget's upset, but Kat Dennings is like, leave it alone. It's mutual, whatever.
Yeah.
Very underwritten. Like somebody was like, well, wait, this episode was a bad idea. Um, but we cut then to Saget at lunch with Kindler and Liz.
Hmm. And the
Kindler has a
conversation comes
teeny
up.
bit in the conversation, but Kindler does not get a showcase at all this episode,
No.
which is kind of a thing because you've got to remember he got that math spotlight, right?
Yeah.
Like he got a great showcase, and they just are not. There isn't one for him. He's getting less space. He doesn't get a
Yeah.
spot in the back nine yet. Hopefully that'll change. We then get Jared coming in and apologizing, which is a
Mm.
a day late
Yeah.
and pointless.
But it's wild that it happens.
He pops his head into the teacher's lounge, says, hey, glad you're all here. Sorry I made Sarah give me that pass and you had to fire her. Not
Yeah.
be. Bye.
Yeah.
And Bob Saget's like, the fuck? And
Yeah.
Liz is like, whoop, whoop. And Kindler probably goes, meow, meow. Like, it's just, it makes like no sense
No sense.
because Jared doesn't come back, does he? He
Uh-uh.
doesn't talk to Sarah. We get no resolution with them. He doesn't, does he? No.
I don't think he ever comes back in this episode.
He pressured her into doing the wrong thing, and it's never addressed with her.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think the patriarchy might be a problem in
I'll
how
ask
it?
my husband. I'll have to ask
And
my
not,
husband.
you ask your husband. Ask him
Yeah.
if the way that popular entertainment socializes young women is a problem. Okay,
I will. I'll ask.
thank you.
I'm sure he's got deep, meaningful insights.
I actually, Mrs. Andrew is actually watching some kid on YouTube talking about all that type of shit, and it's fucking amazing. So y'all aren't listening to us talk about it, but you are listening to somebody, so that's good. Anyway, we now get Emily getting the PDA from Grandpa, resolving him not being present enough for her, bringing back that he is a co-parent, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he is in charge of, the caregiving here, the emotional caregiving.
Yeah.
But then we do get a scene with Brie Larson and Kat Dennings. It's very short, but we do get a scene where they talk about the episode as things are going on.
Hmm.
And then, oh, that's what it is. Oh, God. This show only has two bits. Bob Saget comes home pissed off. He's going to tell Kat Dennings what's up because he found out that she lied to him.
Yeah.
Dad talks him down and is like, "You're being a controlling dipshit again, Bob Saget." And Bob Saget goes, "Whatever, Jerry Adler, you had to do that fucking birthday episode, fuck you." But Jerry Adler's like, "Whatever, dude, I don't have to do this next scene." And Kat Dennings comes up and is like, "Hey, Dad, I got to tell you something. I'm sorry I lied to you. Here's why it was wrong." And
Yeah.
then Bob Saget's like, "Oh, well, do 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 do. We all learned something.
Yeah.
Raising Dad." And then she gets a job at the bookstore. And oh, that's right. And then we find out that taxes are all a fucking con because I wonder how Bob Saget voted. Emily gets her first paycheck from the Peach Pit and is
Sarah.
like, Sarah. And they're like, "It took all my money." And they're like, "Yeah, guess what? The
Welcome
government
to the workforce.
sucks. Like, you get nothing for any of that. There's no benefit to those taxes whatsoever. It's just a fucking con put upon you by the government."
Andrew, support the troops. Come on. That's where those tax dollars are going.
We don't outline this, folks. It's just
Anyway, the end,
the
right?
end. Can we?
The
Yeah,
end.
okay. Hey, they
Um,
politicized the show. All right, they did it.
they did it. Let me get to the episodes here. Thank you all for listening this week. Next week, we'll be talking about episodes 17 and 18. Oh my God, we're so close. Andrew, thank you for watching these episodes and discussing them with me.
You are welcome.
And we'll see you in television land.
See you in television land.